3, 2, 1.
What is going on, Southwest? Welcome back to ScoreBoard. This is your premier podcast for all things SWISD athletics. I am Brandon Medina. I am here, as always, with your athletic director, Mr. Peter Wagner.
How you doing, sir?
We're doing good. Can you introduce? We have a few special guests.
We do
well.
have a few special guests, but I want to start with I feel like your enthusiasm is a little like you've been partying about the #1 draft pick for the Spurs.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think the city
almost
as
got
a
kicked
whole,
out of the board meeting.
Yeah,
you know?
Dr.
Come on, man.
I know Dr. Ball, I'm sure, heard yells and squeals. Nobody was in danger.
Squeals.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was definitely just me and Roger Campos, our director of communications, very much excited, overly excited about the #1 draft pick. However, skipping basketball, right? We still have some time to get there. We have a lot of great stuff happening here at Southwest ISD. We have track and more track. And then we also want to give some updates.
Then we're heading to the SWAC.
Yeah, we're heading to the SWAC. And Mr. Wagner's trying to rhyme and rap for whatever reason. He's trying to keep up with the kids these days, it looks like. But we have a lot of great information. We have a lot of great special guests. Coach, if you want to give some introductions.
So we got some very important people here. We got Sandra Hernandez. She's our coordinator for PE and health for the district, and she's
local legend.
Local legend, right. Also, yep, Hall of Famer. And so she's going to talk a little bit about the SHAC and our Student Health Advisory Council, and then also she was instrumental in running bringing back the elementary field day where we ran a track meet with our elementary school kids. Got some quick results for that, and then awesome. We have Rene Rodriguez, who's our assistant athletic director for Aquatics. Going to go over some of the stuff that we have for the community to enjoy this summer at the Aquatic Center and everything. So excited to hear from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with that, we'll jump in and we'll bring them in here just in a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about our boy Anthony Zapata, who's the premier special guest on every show.
I feel like he's like a #1 hit. You know what I mean? He's like 18 weeks top on the charts.
Yeah, you never get tired of him, man. This guy has been on the show more than anybody, and for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a person that's gone to state, had a great meet there. Is somebody who's a leader on every squad that he's looking at right now. But I mean, we're talking about possible offers in his junior year. He still has another full year to grow. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Anthony and what we can expect, and also let's talk about that state track meet.
So, I mean, obviously, Anthony went to state in cross country and then turned around and he's going to state, and he went to state in track, but he also owns a school record for the 400 at Legacy, the 800 at Legacy, the mile, and the 2 mile at Legacy, and all this year. He's an all area in cross country. I'm sure in the Express News. I'm sure he will be in track as well. So, big kudos to him. You got 7th. He was within a second going into the meet of being in the top, being the state champion. Yeah. Got in there and I mean, it was a really good race. And so he got 7th, which is great. You're the 7th best 5A 800-meter runner in the state of Texas, and so that's huge. And get to come back next year and do it again, hopefully. But I think the biggest takeaway of that is that, you didn't win, but did you do your very best? And the fact of the matter, like I told Coach Arguello, we were watching, and Anthony, and he ran his best time. Like, you can't do anything better than your best. You know what I mean? And he PR'd. And when you get into those big meets, there's 15,000, 20,000 people watching, and you run your best time and everything. That's all you can ask for from a kid. And so kudos to him. Kudos to Coach Black, Coach Arguello, and all those, and everybody, Coach Bruce, and everybody who was a part of that. And really proud of him. Can't wait. He's got a big summer track scheduled to get going on now too. So
yeah, I mean, you have a great facility over there with Legacy. You have great people there to help guide him. And I think, like we talk about, over the past, like you said, 18 weeks or whatever we've been talking about him.
Yep.
As a junior, it's really impressive to be at this level, and now looking into your senior year, that pressure, almost, I think that weight of going to state, you've been there now. Like there is that I wouldn't say expectation, but maybe for himself, that personal, goal. Okay, let's get back there. Yeah. Let's see what we can do. And I'm sure from the junior to senior year, we might see a better time as well, and maybe hopefully more records to be broken and more records to create. So with that. Let's introduce Coach Sandy over here. I know we want to talk about some incredible stuff happening. We had the field day we mentioned, another track meet going on. How did that go? I know it was a hot day. but how did that go? What do we see, and what do we think about the event as a whole?
So I had a lot of kids out there Tuesday. I'm sorry, and they
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it has. And they were saying Anthony Zapata who? I'm just kidding. No, they weren't.
Whoa.
Oh, I like it. Started early. Started early.
All right, let's
I'm
go.
just kidding. No, they got a big leader to look up to, so it was pretty cool hearing about Anthony and seeing him succeed. But we're starting track early here at Southwest. We had a 3rd through 6th grade track meet, and it was pretty amazing to see these kids compete, to see the coaches getting involved. There was the entire community came out. There was the stands were packed. Parents were bombarding our aquatics director to try to get through the gate to get onto the track to see these things. So it was pretty cool to see that happening. And we have some amazing teams. In the 3rd grade girls, Big Country led with 36 points. Some 3rd grade girls that we've got to mention is Adelina Sanchez from Southwest Elementary, Aubriana Lowry from Big Country Elementary, and Callie Rose Dudley from Big Country as well. All 3 of those athletes scored 18 points for their teams in their division.
Wow.
Young kids, but they compete. For the boys, Sun Valley Elementary, I was able to deliver their trophy yesterday, and those boys were just super pumped. You could hear them in the hallway as they got the trophy yesterday. It was pretty cool to see that. So they scored 28 points. Great job over there, Tina Englehart. In first place for the boys was Peyton Fowler from Sky Harbor Elementary. He scored 20. And right behind him was David Leva from Medio Creek with 11.5. So good job to those young kiddos. Then in 4th grade, we had a dominate school. Medio Creek won both divisions, the girls and boys.
Oh, nice.
Led by Coach Adrian Rodriguez. And they tore up the competition. They scored 58 points. The next school behind them had 27. So that was the girls. And then the boys division, Medio Creek scored 52 points, while Crewald only had 24 behind them. So they did really good. Some of the girls, the standouts was Tyhana Craig from Medio Creek, and also Yaneli Comiger. I hope I'm saying that right, from Elm Creek Elementary. They scored a lot of points during the track meet. The 4th grade boys that stood out were Stepan Clark, who scored an amazing 30 points, and his teammate Aaron De Hoya scored 17 right behind him as well. So in 5th grade, Crewald Road Elementary, they scored 28. They led the division as well.
All right, Crewald, not just School of the Arts, School of Runners over here. Okay.
School of the Athletes.
Yep. Damari Jackson from Medio Creek was a top runner, and Nadia Wooten from Sun Valley. They were the top runners for the 5th grade girls. But the 5th grade boys, that was a tough competition. We couldn't come out with just one winner for 5th grade boys. Whatever's going on over there off of Marbach and I guess it's Pew Road.
Yeah.
Big Country and Crewald tied with 22 points for the 5th grade boys. So yeah, we got the battle.
It's not because Brandon's from there.
No, not at all.
Because that's what he's actually thinking.
Not at all.
That's what he's thinking,
I'm excited
but it's not.
Listen, I'm excited for the next generation, right?
Right.
They walk past the Brandon Medina brick at school every day, right?
Yeah, they walked right on it. Exactly.
They get to feel that positive energy. You know what I mean? So congratulations to all those kids. Anyways, can we let Coach Sandy finish, sir, before we just start coming at me?
I just thought your head was getting too big.
Never that.
Your headphones are about to bust off the top.
Oh, no, sir.
So the same thing happened in the individuals. We had 5 first-place finishers. Surprisingly enough, though, only one of them is from Big Country. So Ethan Lamas is the one from Big Country. Jazith Castillo, Joseph Martina, Julio Pita, and Ty Robledo. They all tied for first place in the top athletes in the division for 5th grade boys.
Wow.
Right. Then we had another domination session coming from Resnick in 6th grade for the boys and girls. They both just stole the show with 73 points for the girls and 73 points for the boys, where the second place teams had 26 and 20. Oh. So they outscored everybody by about 50 points there.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And they didn't even run the relay.
Yeah, they didn't get to run a relay either.
We had lightning, so they didn't get to run the relay. They could have scored 100 points.
Wow.
So a couple of standouts for the girls was Juliana Hernandez, Skylar Sims from Scobie, Juliana being from Resnick, and then the boys standout was Ezekiel Hernandez from Resnick and John Battles from McNair with coming in second place. So we saw some amazing things, and yes, the lightning came in, and we did not get to compete in the relays, but as I was delivering the medals and the trophies yesterday, all the teams said that they were going to win the relay. So we're going to give them all gold.
Very cool, man. Well, it sounds like when Anthony moves on, Legacy might have some new people to
a
work
whole
with.
New team. Yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
Let me ask you, Coach Hernandez, when it comes to you being, of course, one of our leaders here in the district when it comes to athletics, especially when it comes to softball, how early are you kind of looking at where you're like, hey, you know what? Let's get you in track, but let's also get you to come over here and play a little bit of softball and make sure we can get you running the bases.
No, we were able to see some softball players out there because the softball throw kind of took place of the shot put for third through fifth grade, and some of these girls were throwing from home plate all the way to the middle of left field. So they're they were chunking the ball, and it was pretty exciting to see that. And
Coach is just keeping track of third grade.
Yes.
Here we go. Hey.
Coach Day was running. He's like, hey, get her name.
Yes, we sent them to the bullpen and go throw a little.
Get warmed up.
Man,
That's
you
awesome.
just stay here afterwards. We're gonna do a quick lesson.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome. And so how exciting is it to kind of get this back off the ground, get these athletes kind of more comfortable again, and kind of put in your some more district initiatives to keep our athletics moving in the right place when it comes to the future.
Yeah, you said it. You said moving, and that's what we want them to do. We want them to move, but obviously I'm excited about it. But what's more exciting about this is just seeing how excited the kids were. Like they were just super proud, to do that in front of their coaches and their teachers who had showed up and their parents that were in the stands. So they got to feel that atmosphere, and it gets addicting. And so if we get them addicted to winning in third through sixth grade, then by the time they make it to high school, it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, wow.
And Sandy's been amazing. And I mean, we did pump, pass, and kick. We talked about that. We did Hoops Madness. We did the soccer challenge. And then this was our culminating one. So she did a great job just putting all that together. It's a ton of work because you're talking like hundreds of kids coming through and getting them through, working with the coaches, the logistics of it. And so she did an amazing job putting all that together.
Yeah, and I mean, when you talk about a great year, I mean, also a very special year when we have the inaugural year of, the Aquatic Center. And so I know I want to get into that real quick.
Yeah. And so we got like I said, we have our assistant athletic director for Aquatics, Mr. Rene Rodriguez, and here to talk about some things that are going on this summer, a little bit of what's happened this year, and where we're going and what we're doing.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Rodriguez.
And by the way, he's supposed to be racing a legacy guy,
That's not
legacy
true.
kid, because they have the same name, and he keeps on trying to dodge it. We have audio evidence of
I've
this.
already stripped it. Can't find it. So.
And that's supposed to be
gone.
happening. So can you help me make this happen?
Not a
We need to
chance.
make that
like
happen.
a cannonball.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
No,
cannonball challenge.
no.
Game
He's
on.
supposed to be swimming.
No,
And if I remember correctly, I think it was the butterfly, by the way.
Okay.
No
we do
chance.
have a shallow end that he can walk it.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah.
Why do you
shallow
keep
end.
standing up for him?
That's what I'm talking
Just give him some
about.
floaties. We'll be all right.
So, Coach Rodriguez, how's it been, man? First year, inaugural year. What were the expectations going into it, and do you think we've exceeded those expectations?
I think we're getting closer and closer to where we want to be, but we've had a great start. Going into the high school season, we started off with water polo. Water polo was fun and exciting for everyone since it was brand new, not just to us, but to the state. And so it was pretty fun to see how the kids responded, the community responded. It was really cool. So that was something that I really enjoyed as just being a spectator and a part of it. And I can't wait for next year for that. We went pretty far with the girls and the boys, made the playoffs, and did very well in that. So very excited and already ready for next year on that. And then we went straight into swimming and diving. Swimming and diving for the high school season started like the following weekend, and they never stopped. So we had events at our facility. We had some big events as far as bringing in other teams from across the state. We had a 4A event and brought teams from Dallas, from West Texas even.
Right.
So we had a ton of people there. I know McCullough, the parking lot was full
Yeah.
a couple of times. So and had all the buses parking at the transportation area just because it was just so much. And then we had some other events, swim meets and regionals, 4A and 5A were also there. So kids enjoyed it. I think everyone that came enjoyed it. So we were excited about that. We had a good turnout with the swimming and diving at the regional event. So we had almost a diver who almost went on to state, very close.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to that as well. So that was what we did in that area. So
Yeah, I think it was really exciting for us to see the growth of having teams come to this side of town for competitions, especially when it comes to the north side schools. Never did I think we'd have, water polo at Southwest ISD, and that's an incredible sport, an incredible opportunity for students. When you talk about the events that you've had and the number of people that have showed up to these events, what has been the student response? What have you guys been hearing from students as far as the excitement for the future?
Well, the students we also have, I guess, our elementary program
Right.
and our middle school program. Well, a lot of our kids, our high school students, when they see the middle school, they're like, oh, this guy's going to be on our team next year. And they're like, they're fast and they're faster than me or anything like that. And they're just excited about the numbers that are coming in to see that growth also. So they're pretty excited. We have a running school record board and things like that. And
Very
so
cool.
those middle school kids are looking at that and seeing what the high school did. And they're pretty excited. So I know that there's several kids in the middle school right now that are already ready to go up in the high school level.
Make that
But
jump.
They still got a ways to go, but they're ready. So, and then in the elementary portion, those little kids are seeing those high school kids, and so it's been a nice change for them to see that, and I think it's been positive.
Absolutely. And so after this great year, what does the summer look like? What programs do we have? And then what can we expect as far as a schedule for that summer?
Okay, sure. We have several things that we're trying to do, and we are going to start off with our day camps. Our day camps for the kids. We are going to take on incoming 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders,
Okay.
and that number is. We're going to take as many as we can, depending on how many employees we have, obviously. So we'll start off with that program, and it'll be 8 to 11:45. They'll be doing some type of lesson in the water with swimming and diving. Then they'll also go to the school next door and do some kind of team sport activity, whether it's on the field or in the gym at McCullough. And then they'll also do a character development mental aspect of it as well. So they'll be rotating throughout
Very
the
cool.
day. And they'll start that in June 12th and go to the end of June. And then we'll have another session after that, after 4th of July week. So we're looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
For our employees, one of the things that we've been trying to do and continuing to do is our employee wellness program. So that is something that we wanted to also allow our staff, as well as everyone to that is part of our employee staff, to utilize the pool. So we have a couple of times in the morning and in the afternoon that they'll be able to come during that time frame, and then from 1 to 4 will be open to the public, so they can come also. And then we'll also have a 5 to 6 or 5 to 7 time that our employees can come at the end of the day as well. So
Wonderful. Man.
yeah, so
Busy schedule for you, sir.
yes, sir. Yes,
Awesome.
Sir.
Well, I mean, it's exciting to know that our aquatic center is being used at such a high rate, and so much excitement surrounds that area.
And if you go to our website and you get on, you're going to be able to see the different the schedule, from the camp that we're having from 8 to noon,
Right.
and that he just talked about, and then also the open swim from 1 to 4 that we want everybody to come out and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
part of
I
it.
want to say thank you to both of our special guests. I really appreciate you guys. And then if we could, to wrap up the show, I'd love to get a rundown from the athletic director himself. So, Mr. Wagner, how do you think the year has gone for athletics here at Southwest ISD, and what can we expect for next year?
I think it was a great year. I mean, I think that there's building blocks at Legacy and some, and then I think that the boys basketball program, football, cross country, track, had great years, and we're building over there. And then including water polo that went to the playoffs and things like that. And then you take it Southwest, where every team sport, almost every team sport was in the top 4. Baseball was second, then that was the only one, right? Yeah. And so we had two team sports that didn't make the playoffs. Everybody else made the playoffs. We had deep runs, you know what I mean? And so both schools, you took it to 2 big stories that we talked about throughout the year: boys soccer at Southwest, and then track with Anthony and Alicia and those guys at Legacy. And so, how awesome is that? And so building on both of those things, from 5 freshmen with Dragon softball and a lot of freshmen and at Legacy softball and doing all that kind of stuff. So big things coming from Dragon and Titan football, which is coming up on July 31st.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to take about a month and a half off with strength and conditioning. And everybody's like, we start school on no, athletics starts on July 31st. We're off and running again next year, so that for the 23-24 school year. So look forward to it. A little break here, and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, we want to congratulate our class of 2023 as well, all the incredible seniors.
Senior walk tonight.
Yeah, senior walk's going to be tonight here at Southwest High School in Castem. As of this recording, we are recording on Thursday, May 18th. So we're excited to celebrate with them. Last week was Legacy Senior Walk, and that was a fun time. No rain delays over there. We're praying for the same over here. Lots of food, lots of music, lots of fun. Come celebrate this incredible class and all their incredible accomplishments. And with that, we look forward to another year of SWISD Athletics. The show will be taking a little hiatus, and we'll be right back in the middle of the summer, hopefully. And we'll be right back with myself and Mr. Peter Wagner. So for myself, our incredible guest, Mr. Wagner, one final time before we get going, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in. This is ScoreBoard. You can find us on all podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, anywhere you find podcasts, we are there. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Brandon Medina. He's Peter Wagner. And as always, we are Southwest.
1